Hello everybody, welcome. This is going to be a crazy deck list. This is going to be something that I don't think is on the website at all. This is something that I've personally been working on for a little while now. At first I didn't really think it was worth like sharing, but as I've reiterated and fixed it and all these other things, I think it's in a presentable state now. I think it's in a state where it's actually pretty good. Maybe not top tier, it lacks one card combos. That's kind of what makes top tier, but pretty close to. I mean, there are certainly one card starters that do things. You might need a little bit of extra help, but they're pretty good. So this is just going to be a brief oral examination on windups. So prepare yourself, strap in, hunker down, because we're going in deep. I'm going in full dick. Let's check it out. All right. So first you're gonna see is there's a bunch of grayed out cards. These are suggestions if you want to fill these. I am bone dry on URs. I have like nothing left. So the ones that I'm really missing are Nash Knight, 101, and Bahamut Shark. All three of these are the bottom of my totem pole. They're not that important. They matter, but they're not that important. They're more so flex options. Bahamut Shark might sound crazy if you're a Shark player, but you don't really go into Bahamut Shark. More often than not, your level fours are wind up magicians, and Bahamut Shark cannot be made in that particular way, which is why I Stealth Kraken instead. So if you were going to replace three that were here, Bahamut Shark, you're going to replace Stealth Kraken as well as Silent 101. And then for Nash Knight, you're going to get rid of Ragna Zero. The reason Ragna Zero here is for 7th Tachyon. You need to reveal something that's between 101 and 107. And the Ragna Zero is a water that it's 103. And then the other card that we're playing is Masquerade. We don't ever summon this guy. He's for our light spellcaster. Guess what? We have a spellcaster. So that's why it's there. It's for consistency. So let me just go ahead and just talk about the main theory of the deck. We're going to go over some replays. I'll just show you some stuff. I haven't played too much online. Like I said, well, I don't know if I've said it, but I'll just say that I've been focusing on the TCG a little bit more so because in Master Duel, in the OCG, they have this fucking card, which we don't have. We have Hunter, dude, which is outrageous. Why the fuck is Hunter illegal, but not goddamn Zenmaity? Anyways, I digress. As you can see, I don't even suggest playing Zen Maintenance when you have Zenmaity because it's kind of redundant. I mean, there's going to be certain flex states where this card can come up, but ultimately it's not really a card that comes up too often. The search, I almost like if I were to use it in the Master Duel, I wouldn't even use the search, which sounds crazy, but you summon everything from the deck in the combo. The part that you're going to be using it on is probably Rat or Magician to get rid of whatever's on the board that's already been used, banishing it face down and then bringing in something new in attack or defense position, which works out well for Rat. So the main theory of the deck is this guy. This guy is your nexus, if so to speak. He is everything. Wind Up Shark is my goat, frankly speaking. He's my goat. Um, he's a shark name, which is fantastic. He's a wind up name, which is fantastic. He is able to jump between level 3, level 4, and level 5. Level 3, 4, 5. That's interesting. He's a fish, shark, water, 3, 4, 5. Oh, what does this do? Can be treated as a 3 or a 5 for a Water XZ. Water XZ. And it's an extender. As long as you use a spell that turn, you can summon itself and then on normal or special search a fish, shark monster. Fish, shark monster. As well as more extenders like a Bishark. A Bishark's pretty good. It can be treated as a 3 or 4 for a number monster, very specifically. But also, if you use its summoning condition, you are locked to waters for the rest of the turn. It's a really good extender for shark combos. Not so much for wind up combos, but wind up is usually what you're doing. If not, you're going to be baiting with surfacing big jaws. You don't really care about the lock. Surfacing big jaws does lock you to XZs for the rest of the turn. Who cares? We're not even playing Zen maintenance. That doesn't come up. It comes up in the TCG, but not in the not in Master Duel. And then the rest of the stuff is basically unfortunate garnets and consistency and hand traps. Um, Particularly the reason why I have only one Fuvalos instead of 3 or 4, or 2 or 3 is because of Maxi. It's just more copies of Maxi effectively, but also it's a really good bridge target for small world. It's a level 4 that's neither, spellcaster or water or fish or any of that, so it works really well as a bridge. So it's a 4, it matches Shark, it matches Magician, it matches Big Jaws, and doesn't match anywhere else. And that's the point. And you can actually use Ash. Well, you need Valor for Ash to get into Magician as an extension as well. But say, for instance, you have Buzzsaw and you have like Shark in the hand, and you have Small World. Small World, reveal Buzzsaw Shark, reveal Fuvalos, and you grab Magician. There you go. You finished the link, so to speak. It's not completely infallible. In fact, it's not infallible, but there are certain bridges. Rat bridges naturally into Maxi. They're both Earth. You can use Maxi to bridge between Rat to get to Magician. That's a choice because it's 600 attack, doesn't match anywhere else. Anyways, I'm not going to explain how Small World works. I'm just going to show why Small World is really good in this deck and why I'm playing certain things at a weird ratio. Buzzsaw Shark is your semi-optimal normal summon if you don't have Magician. It's better than Shark, wind up Shark, so Buzzsaw is usually what you're going to be going into if you need to flex to do that. Drake Shark is a 2 material, counts as 2 of 3, so it's easy to go in Shark Drake very easily. Again, flex and natural extender. Again, another natural extender. By the way, I only made one of this and it was fucking royal, which is cool. And then we have this again for extension. It does come up sometimes. It's actually quite good when you get Max Seed because it's easy to get something out of your hand immediately and save your normal summon. I use that against when I Max Seed somebody and I had Buzzsaw and I had Aqua Jet Surface. But generally speaking, there's a reasonable amount to get rid of this card, in my opinion. It doesn't really do anything because most of the time if you're using, because this is a hard once and only one-sided turn, it's either Foolish or it's Banish from Graveyard to grab Aqua Jet extension. Generally speaking, you usually Foolish. So yeah, I mean, I don't really want to go card by card because I mean a lot of it is theory and I need to show you what it means. And you can play a 5th and a 6th copy of 7th Tachyon with 7th Ascension if you want to. I do in the TCG because it lacks more consistency. What Zenmaity really does is it fixes a lot of consistency in the deck, but it does not fix... But in the TCG, we don't have it, so we don't have that consistency. I mean, there's nothing better than summoning something from the deck by making an extra deck monster, a generic one, and it's water, and it's Xyz. So all this lock shit, you can still do it. But generally speaking, the only ones you really want to replace are, in my opinion, it makes more sense for these 3. I mean, you can argue for Stealth Kraken over Nash and 101. Dude, but I am bone dry on fucking URs, bro. I just simply cannot. So I'm just going to go back to saving it. We'll do it another time. Anyways. I will just show some replays. I will show the power, if you will. What am I doing? I zoomed it out right there for a moment. All right, big dig time. Whip it out and show you what it's all about. I lost the die roll on all of these except for one. I actually lost the die roll of this one. He made me go first though. I won the die roll here and I got super polyed. For my hand was not good, but I made 2 interruptions and both of them got super polyed, so that was cool. That guy immediately gave up. He bricked. Anyways, confirm his deck. Yeah, it was anti-meta. And he went first, so I mean there's not really much to show. I do play through some interruptions, so I'll just go in and show it. He doesn't have any hand drops. So let's check it out. I actually think I had this muted the whole time. Turn that down a little bit. Right. Alrighty. 2 hand traps, pretty good, and some extension. That's full combo, by the way, right here, baby. Even though these 2 cards are basically redundant, this is full combo. He does fire, and I mean, we have Omega full combo now. Just fire and a set. So, first we're just going to bait the Ash, doesn't have Ash, okay. And then we're going to Imperm, so we're not unable to special. And then we're going to use 7th Tachyon just to see what happens. Okay, we're good. We really didn't need the Shark, but that lets us start a different play. I'm opting to... So I definitely misplay this combo here, but it doesn't really matter. We have game here no matter what, even with the subpar combo. This deck is very hard, by the way. It is not easy. There's a lot of web decisions you have to make and everything of the sort. So I get rid of Ash here because I want to keep the spell card in case I need to discard it for later. And then we're just going to go ahead and start our combo, and then it gets interrupted. So the wind-up combo is dead. But we have Big Jaws, and that's the miracle of Big Jaws. And while he is kind of a one-card starter, not really, because effectively what he is, instead of being a one-card starter, is that he is a... you need a spell. You have to activate a spell. So thankfully we did. So go ahead and grab Abyss Shark. We get locked. It doesn't matter. Grab Drake Shark because it special summons itself. We didn't really need to grab it, but there was nothing better really to grab, I'm pretty sure. No, what I should have done... I had the combo in my head, but I definitely fucked it up. This is a hard deck. Anyways, so we make Leviathan. Thankfully, I kept that 7 Tachyon, so we can make this. Basically, what I would do here is negate it. It would reduce its attack to 0, attack twice for 6,200, attack directly for 8,000 exactly, but he scoops. We had a game here no matter what. If not, we probably still would have won. And then for this guy's deck, I'm pretty sure this guy's deck was, yeah, everything in the fucking kitchen sink. Unironically, fucking why? I love it. I love it when people play the things you... Fuck. Okay. I don't agree with that, but sure. What the... What? Did you... I thought he had 2 the whole time. I thought he had 2 and I was... Oh my god, okay. Whatever. As you can see, I've not played very much this season. Nothing. Yeah, we'll just watch this. I mean, he's got a shit deck, but I mean, he still made a decent end board. He won the die roll. I've lost the die roll of all of these, by the way. But I had the card. I had the card that wins. I had the Maxi card. This is a pretty suboptimal hand because this is a starter. This is a Garnet, but these two are obviously full combo. But either way, we have Maxi, so as long as they don't have Ash, we're good. But he only had 1 Ash, so it doesn't matter. I'm waiting here for him to summon the second monster so he feels more fully committed, and then that's when I do it. And then, yeah, he starts. I don't think he should have even played. I think he should have just passed, but that's on him. Or at least he should have just made this and pass. He shouldn't have made... I guess maybe you could make that, or maybe you just make SP here, and then make this and pass, and that... I wouldn't have that much, because really I don't have anything. The Imperm was always going to be saved for Phantom, but otherwise I really don't have anything. But he goes hard in the paint. Yeah, I was trying to save the Imperm to negate that, but it doesn't matter. I drew a second one, so I'll just use it. I mean, good on him for playing through a bunch of hand traps, but also he's playing into Maxi, so I don't really, you know, not really that good on him. I wanted the Ash, but it was just going to be negated anyways, so that's why I waited until this point when I had 2 negates. No, this is my second Imperm. And just stop everything. And now at this point he has nothing left. Unchanged Soul of Rage, pass. And then what do you know? We drew Call By. I wonder if that comes up. But we drew Drake Shark, so unfortunate. And we didn't draw any of the 7th Tachyon to put it back. Anyways. But he does have a lot of interruption here, but I'll just go ahead and show you what I'm doing. Buzzsaw, so we had the Aqua Jet save our normal summon, use the Buzzsaw with the secondary best normal summon. Get rid of this one. Get rid of that one. Wind up. Get rid of that. I should have maybe done surfacing Big Jaws first, but it doesn't really matter. This is like Omega game. And then you can see the power of the combo ability. Is it matey? I mean, he's just doing shit. It doesn't matter. And then we get it anyways. We had a second Shark, so we'll just go anyways. Wind up combo. The Garas. Bring back Magician. Effect. Bring Rat. It's only because I had no space for the rat, the next rat to matter. And then, yep, Utopic Future Draco. Or Utopic Draco Future. UDF. I hate that they changed that, the TCG. Give it to that, which lets us grab both. Bip bop bam. Unfortunately, we have Magician here, so we're not able to summon the Abyss Shark, which means I definitely should have grabbed the other guy. I should have grabbed the Aqua guy, the Hydro Jet, but it doesn't matter. Ragna 0, and then we have the Equip Spell, Equip, Steal, Attack for game. That was definitely a mistake to get a Bishark. I think I make that mistake again in the next game. No, I don't think so. I think I learned from my mistakes. Yeah, Bishark is not as good as it is in the TCG. And hold your horses. I am going to show the TCG list as well because instead of Zenmaity, we have Hunter. And Hunter's more degenerate. Your ceiling, the endboard ceiling is much higher, but the consistency is a little bit lower. And by a little bit, I mean considerably lower. But a Bishark is a lot better in that deck. It's still kind of necessary. So we get rid of that because it doesn't do anything. We have Small World. We need to be able to use it somewhere. Oh, and I'm just showing you here why 7 Tachyon in Small World is so important. And you might say, okay, surfacing Big Jaws, grab Shark. Hey, grab Shark. And then what do you know? We use Ash here to get rid of Veiler, to bridge Veiler into Wind Up Magician. Obviously, I'd like to keep the Ash, but Maxi won't work. Actually, it would have worked, but I guess I'll just keep the Maxi anyways. And then from here, it's a smooth sailing course to full combo. Dagaras, Zenmaity, Rat, or trigger that, Rat, bring back that. Bip Bop Bam, another Zenmaity, use that, bring back Rat. UDF. Dagaras, one of those, make Drake Shark. And then from here, we're going to be making Reddit Dragon. Grab the trap. Give it to our boy so we could get both of them. Armored XZ Armored Fortress. Grab the 2. Spell, which we need, and the trap. Send it. Set 2. End phase. Triggers that to re-equip. Can't be destroyed by battle. And they're playing Branded. Good old Brandy made me go first in a 60 card ship pile. So we negate it, but he drew that. But he's in an interesting... So if he didn't send Albaz... he fucked up because he sent Albaz, which gave him no fusion, and he went through all that process to bait out stuff when it didn't matter. He should have sent the card in his hand, but he knew the card in his hand was full combo, so he basically had to say fuck it. Because if he didn't send Albaz and sent the card in his hand, I would have... So in case you don't know how Droplet works, you cannot respond to the cards that they discarded. They did Spell, they did Monster. However, I have a Trap. Chain the Trap, which now I can respond. So I would have negated Albaz no matter what with Shark Drake Levis or Leviathan or whatever it's called. So I'm just explaining that real quick. And in this particular case, he fucks up again because he chooses to negate Full Armored Knight and Dark Knight instead of Levis, and you'll see why. So he goes through all this fucking nonsense to grab the card, to discard the card for his extender, but negate. I should have kept the Ash as well. I would have had Ash regardless for that instead of the Maxi. But as you can see, the deck can play through Interruption. The deck can grind. It can make a big board. It can do a lot of different things. This Master Duel version, the extra deck is extremely tight. I already showed you the replacements I would have done. The main deck, you could finagle with the ratios, the consistency, maybe. I mean, there's an argument to not even play Rat, but I mean, if you have Zenmaity, it's the argument's a little bit better in the TCG, but the TCG, like, your combo is so much worse if you don't have access to any of the Shark stuff. Like the 2-card combo is just so much worse without Rat. It fucks with the consistency. I mean, Rat's not like the worst card to draw. We do have ways of fixing it with 7th Tachyon, but it's not great. I mean, there are certain hands as well where you can make it work with Shark together. And if you have surfacing Big Jaws as well, you can use those to make 4s, use Rat to bring back the Shark, so on and so forth. It's just, you know, you need to play this. You can probably cut this, but this isn't even that big of a Garnet, truthfully. This is a bit of a Garnet. This is a bit of a Garnet. I mean, it's not so much Garnet as much as Brick. This 100% is a Garnet, but this is a Brick. This is 100% a Brick. Again, not a complete Garnet, but you basically want it in the deck. We don't really have any good ways of discarding it. Maybe cut a Veiler if you want. It doesn't matter. You know, you can work with the ratios. Anyways, that is Master Duel. We're going to move to the TCG because that's a little bit more interesting to me. Okay, for some reason my shit got fucked. Give me 1 second to fix this. I have no idea why I did. Alright. All right. All right. So here's the list. It's an interesting list, right? 42. We have Hunter, stupid ass card, and then you see these three. They're flex. This could be anything. It's only here because sometimes we get a bunch of magicians and we don't have anything to do with them. Before I was playing Big Hand, these were all things I was playing and I swapped out trying different things. I've been building this deck from the fucking ground up, by the way. From the ground goddamn up. We're playing 5 instead of the 4 that we were playing at Master Duel. We're playing the 1 for the bridge, and then we're playing 3 Fuva because there's no Maxi. Generally speaking, a lot of it is the same. We're playing the Crossy this time instead, because I wasn't playing Crossy in the other one. Instead of SP, we're playing Zen Maintenance because it actually matters, and we're playing this fucking crazy random card that came to me in a dream. Basically, we have a lot of level 3s left over due to the fact that Hunter is a level 3. So after the second hand loop, we need to use it for something, and we don't have Zemedi, so Levia is our choice. And in case you don't know what it does, once per turn during either player's turn, detach to target and negate a face-up monster on the field. It loses 800 attack. Also, its effects are negated. It's a target negate. And it has a weird line at the end. You can tell it's old. These changes last until the end of the turn. So these are the cards. Obviously, I don't have any games on here, but I do have some test replays I want to show you, particularly only one. This is my magnum opus. This is a fucking combo, and when I did it, I felt like I had a eureka moment. It feels so good to do. So, as you see, we have our 2-card combo in Surfacing Big Jaws. You might be saying, Surfacing Big Jaws, doesn't he need a spell to activate to special summon himself? Yes, you're right. This could also be interchanged with Abyss Shark. Abyss Shark, Surfacing Jaws are both great extenders. They are not completely necessary, but I'm just going to show that you can still do them if you have them. So, let's go ahead and just let it play. Obviously, I'm just mirrored myself, and I gave them in my hand so to show the hand loop. So, and a Magician for Magician, Shark, doesn't matter what you do here with his level, Magician for Magician, and then we make Zen Maintenance, grab Shark, trigger Magician, Rat, summon the fucking Rat, make Dugaris, clear the board a little bit, summon the other Rat, Dugaris effect, bring back Magician, summon the Shark, Magician effect, summon Hunter. Hunter target Zen Maintenance because we don't want it. We don't play any other links. We need to clear up space. That's hand loop number 1. Shark decrease to level 3, to rank 3. Reddit Dragon, grab Reddit Stream. We're going to discard Detach to add 1 instead of giving it to Dugaras. You might be thinking to yourself, okay, so we need a spell. He searches a spell, but now he's not going to get the spell in full Armored XZ. How are we going to solve this? Well, you will see. So if we didn't have Surfacing Big Jaws, this is still a 2-card combo. And I'll show you where it ends. So Rat, target Hunter, summons the Shark from the hand. Hunter, target the Errant level 4 that we can't do anything with. Hand loop number 2, reduce this to level 3. Make this fucking crazy card. And then we have a negate on board now. We have the pop 2 right here. This is an Icarus attack, in case you don't know. And then we're going to do Armored Fortress. Armored Fortress search 1. We're searching the spell because we have to get a spell. Spell, target Armored Fortress. Big Jaws is now live. Abyss Shark would be live here too. We would still have the spell for the Surfacing Big Jaws. They're interchangeable. They both work as extenders. So, Big Jaws, summon, search. And instead of searching the spell, by the way, I would have just searched Full Armored XZ, set, and then pass the turn. I'd have a negate, a pop 2, and a suck with a double hand loop. But instead, what we can do if we have an extender between Surfacing Big Jaws or Abyss Shark, with just those 3 cards, we can keep going. Unfortunately, this does not work with Tachyon, 7th Tachyon, because if we have to use that to fix our hand, we can't go into Zen Maintenance because we're XZ locked. And it had to be Levia, particularly because Abyss Shark only summons itself when everything's water. So we can't do like Ashura King or anything like that. Even though technically that one's a little bit better. Abyss Shark have to go Hydrojet. Technically we can get Drake Shark here. It doesn't matter. We have to go Hydrojet. And then this is where we will send the trap in the grave, right where we want it to be. And then as you know, we need a spell to discard to make the big Shark Drake. Add it back. Discard. Shark Drake. Set 1. End phase. Target Levia. There it is, baby. There it is. That's the best combo that this deck probably has with the least amount of resources or a very particular hand. Like I said, this deck is very high skill. You're going to have a lot of weird hands, and the situations are going to change drastically from how you play it. Sequencing matters quite a bit as well, so you have to be careful on how you sequence the moves. How you use Loretta Dragon is also going to matter. All of these things are very particular with this deck. In case you don't know, this battle protection, I don't remember if I said it, so this is not destructible by battle, and if it does fight something, it's banished when it's destroyed by battle. Fun little extra add-on to that effect. So you have negate 1, negate 2, suck 1, and pop 2. Pretty good. Pretty good. You can see the power of Hunter as opposed to having... obviously, I'm pretty sure I would rather have Zemadi. It fixes like consistency. It gives you the ability to extend with the sharks a lot better without having to have Magician to do anything, because you can just get Magician from the deck. Same goes with Rat, things like that. We don't have to rely on Zen Maintenance, because Zen Maintenance in a way is a very big bottleneck. So I'm not crazy about it. Anyways, I've rattled on long enough. Thanks for watching. See ya.